Newt Gingrich is the former Speaker of the House and author of Beyond Biden. This was, and no one realizes this, Speaker, but this was a vicious takedown in Politico. Nothing about policy, all style, and it was vicious. Do you agree?
Well, it was vicious, but I don't think it's actually that he's boring. I think he's embarrassing. I mean, it's an embarrassment to watch him. It's an embarrassment to watch him in Warsaw blurt out things that he promptly has the State Department has to rush out and say it isn't true. It's embarrassing to watch his vice president. It's embarrassing to realize that if you watched him hanging out with Barack Obama looking like he was the grandfather who'd been invited to the Thanksgiving dinner and everybody was ignoring him while they all talked to Barack Obama, this is, in some ways, you know, not only are his policies terrible and destructive and people are suffering from gasoline prices and food prices from the border, but in addition, you have a president who you're not sure is completely there. The little piece you just showed a minute ago, this is a guy who can't remember even when he has a script. And I think that's more than boring. I think it's embarrassing, and frankly, as commander-in-chief, I think it's pretty frightening. And dealing with a guy on the other side in Putin who has over 5,000 nuclear weapons, I'm not all that comfortable when I watch the American president doddering around and looking like he's out of it.
I think you nailed it. I think what was left unsaid was that the D.C. elite are embarrassed. And I think they're more embarrassed by Joe Biden's presidency than they were by Donald Trump, and I'll explain why, and you can tell me if I'm an idiot. With Trump, you know, maybe they were like, oh my God, I can't believe he said this, but they were in the center of the action. Trump's presidency was the center of the world action. Everybody was talking about not only Trump, but D.C. and the people in D.C. and the reporters and the publishers and the antagonists. And there was a lot of drama, and they were right there. And they love that. And they love that kind of attention. Joe's giving them nothing. And I think they're almost feeling like, you know what? Maybe it might be more fun to have a Republican in the White House for maybe just 4 years, just so we can get a little friction going, right?
Well, it's a little bit like having Rip Van Winkle as president. You sort of think he's probably asleep most of the time. You assume that somebody like Klein is actually, or Klein, however they pronounce it, is actually in charge, if anybody's in charge. I mean, you watch the embarrassment of people like Buttigieg, who totally misunderstands his role in America. You know, and this is a weird administration. And I think you're right. You know, I mean, I'm not going to ever say you're an idiot, but I have said on behalf, I mean, I think that Kamala Harris is probably the dumbest person ever elected to the vice presidency. I wouldn't go so far as to say she's an idiot, that'd be too strong. But she's really, I mean, she works at being dumb. Well, you know, Biden doesn't work at anything. Biden just drifts through, looking forward to going back home, I assume to eat ice cream and ride his bicycle. And it's a little bit like watching somebody who's already retired, but they make him show up and pretend to be working. Yeah. But I don't have any
like
sense
Robert
that
Mueller.
Biden knows what he's doing.
And exactly. It's true. All right, Newt Gingrich, I think you nailed it. I think they are embarrassed by what's happening right now. And you know what? There's nothing worse than a socialite and a power broker who is ashamed of themselves and their city. That's when things are going to get interesting. Look out. This is going to be some action this summer with Joe Biden. Thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.